Red Sox failed to score in the top half of the first inning. Now the Tigers batting here on their home turf. Buddy Bell is mentioned as their skipper, and Buddy's lineup card looks like this tonight. Bob Higginson leads it off the Tigers. He'll be in left field. Alan Trammell playing second base for Detroit tonight. Ruben Sierra, formerly of New York Yankee fame, is the designated hitter. Tony Clark bats cleanup for Detroit. Travis Fryman gets the call at short tonight. Melvin Nieves patrols right field. Phil Nevin is the Tiger third baseman. Brad Osmus handles the duties behind the plate. And Kim Barty is the center fielder. He will bat number 9.
Defense tonight for the Red Sox. John Valentin at third base. Nomar Garcia-Parra the shortstop. Jeff Fry at second. Mo Vaughn at first. Left to right, Mike Greenwell, Darren Bragg, and Rudy Pemberton. Bill Hasselman behind the plate. And on the mound, looking for career win number 192 is Roger Clemens. At 3.82 ERA, is seventh best in the American League. Clemens has 219 strikeouts, which of course leads the league. And he has been awful tough this year on the Tigers. He is 2-0 with a 1.13 ERA. And in 16 innings, he has 23 strikeouts against the Detroit Tigers this season.
And of course, just needs the one win to tie Cy Young's all-time Red Sox record of 192 wins. He will have 2 more starts this season after tonight.
Yeah, they're going to pitch him in Sunday's ball game, one of the games Sunday in New York. And then, of course, he'll make his final start of the season at Fenway Park next week against the New York Yankees again. So 2 games against the Yankees and 1 against the Tigers.
Well, speaking of the Yankees, we might tell you to make this addition to your television schedule. The game on Sunday afternoon will be carried here on NESN. There's a day-night doubleheader in New York on Sunday, and NESN will carry the 2 o'clock game on Sunday. Game that had previously been rained out. So that's the makeup, and NESN will have a telecast for you at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. So we're all set to go here. Bottom half the first inning. Bob Higginson leading it off for Detroit. 320 on the year. 24 home runs for the young outfielder. Clemens set, and his first pitch is in for a called strike.
Clemens got the win last time out against the White Sox 9-5, but really struggled in that ball game, but toughed out 7 innings for the Red Sox, allowing 7 hits and 5 runs.
1 ball, 1 strike. Higginson's played pretty well for the Tigers all season long. He's hit especially well since the All-Star break, which is a reversal of form for him from a year ago. Tigers, as you know, have had a terrible season. They have lost their last 10 games now, and for the 4th time in franchise history have lost 100 games or more in a season. This year's edition is trying not to become the all-time losingest team in Tiger history. That was in 1952 when they lost 104 ball games. Foul back by Higginson. That'll scatter us a little bit here. Evens the count at 2-2.
Where'd that go, Bob?
Down to the left.
Okay, because I was ducking behind the monitor.
Shot over, right, just shot over this way. We try and hang in there as long as we can, but that usually isn't very long, is it? Here's Rockets 2-2 pitch, ground ball right side. Nice big room service hop there for Jeff Fry, and there's 1 out. And again, Sunday, NESN will have the 2 o'clock game. The first of the day-night doubleheader will be on the air at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Red Sox and Yankees. That'll be the 3rd game of that 4-game series. Looking forward to the trip to the Bronx. 8 of the Red Sox final 10 games this regular season against the Yankees. Alan Trammell, the Tiger hitter. Looks at ball 1. Trammell 231 on the year, which figures to be his last in Major League Baseball. 1 homer and 14 runs batted in. His longtime double play partner Lou Whitaker retiring at the end of last year. Off the glove of Garcia-Parra at short, and Trammell aboard for the Tigers. Scored a base hit.
Throughout Trammell's career, he has really handled Clemens well. A .371 batting average against Rogers throughout Trammell's and Clemens matchup throughout the years. Was Trammell on the disabled list, had ankle surgery just recently coming off. Even if Garcia-Parra makes that backhanded play clean, I doubt that he's going to get Trammell at first base. Like that last hop really exploded on the hard infield here in Detroit.
No, Ruben Sierra, the switch hitter, steps in for the Tigers. They picked him up in that trade with the Yankees. They got his contract. The Yankees responsible for Cecil Fielder's. 52 overall on the year for Sierra. 12 homers and 70 runs batted in.
Had a big hit in the ball game last night to drive in a couple of runs. A double to the opposite field.
2 runs last night representing the Tiger offense. Sox winning game 1 of the series 4-2.
One other thing to watch tonight with Clemens, he has 2,552 career strikeouts, and he can move past Jerry Koosman, who is 17th on the all-time list, 2,556.
Trammell close over at first base. It was Clemens' second start of the year here in Detroit. He beat the Tigers 11-4 back here on July the 11th, working the first 7 innings in that ball game, winning at the time his 4th game of the year. He goes, and that's called a strike by Tim McClellan. The count is even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I would imagine Ruben very happy about going from a first place ball club, the Yankees, to the Tigers, and I don't imagine that Ruben's stay here in Detroit would last very long.
The trade was one of those situations where the Yankees were going to get Cecil Fielder's hefty contract, and they weren't about to have that and have to pay Sierra as well. So Sierra was shipped here to Detroit. He'll be shopped around during the offseason. Very promising player at one time when he came up with Texas. Runner at first goes. Sierra swings and misses. And down on strikes goes Sierra. Trammell in at second base.
Split-fingered fastball doing the honors for Clemens as he picks up his first strikeout out of the night. Like Hasselman, I think it was a foul tip, and then Hasselman had a little bit of difficulty getting the ball out of the glove. See, right in the webbing of the glove, and no chance at all to make a throw at second base as Alan Trammell picks up his 6th stolen base. It's always nice to run to second and know there's not going to be a throw.
Tony Clark bats for the Tigers and swings and misses. Clark has turned into the everyday first baseman on this ball club, putting up some pretty good numbers. He's played every game at first except one since the Tigers shipped Cecil Fielder to the Yankees back on the 31st of July. Sunday here against Baltimore, he lofted one out of Tiger Stadium.
Clemens struck him out 3 times the first time that he met Tony Clark, and all 3 times on the high fastball. Clark is an excellent low ball hitter.
Alan Trammell at second base, 2 outs. Scoreless ball game here, bottom half the first. Here's the 1-1 from the Rocket. Catches the inside corner for called strike 2.
Clark was saying in the papers today that he wants everybody in his team to look around and see how bad this feels right now, the way that they're playing, and hope that they never have to go through this again. All these young players on the Detroit Tiger Ball Club.
Is late, waves and misses, and Clemens has his second strikeout of the inning, and that'll do it for the Tigers here at the bottom of the first. No runs, 1 hit, and we're scoreless after 1. Will Hasselman once again catching Roger Clemens tonight. Will Hasselman doing all the catching now for the Sox down the stretch. This battery has hooked up numerous times this year as this one sliced foul by Travis Fryman. The count is even now 1-1. Numbers for Fryman as he approaches 100 RBI season.
A lot of speculation before the trading deadline that maybe Fryman would be traded by the Tigers, but they elected to keep Travis around.
I can see why. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Obviously, Travis Fryman not as old as Cecil Fielder, still very young, and with a team that's going to young players, Fryman can be a leader for this ball club.
And he wasn't making $9 million a year either, which made it a little easier to keep him around. Tigers were shopping Fielder for a long time, trying to get someone to take that contract mistake off their hands. Actually, Cecil's done pretty well for himself so far in New York. This will be chased down by Hasselman. Has to make the play there at first and just does get Travis Fryman. So Clemens picks up his third straight strikeout.
That's a heck of a play there by Hasselman. Fortunately, he got the break of the ball going up the first base line. And of course, Fryman running between the two white lines, that's perfectly legal. So Hasselman had to get himself in a position, and so did Mo Vaughn, to where they could get the out at first base. Watch Vaughn stretch out in foul territory. There's the throw from Hasselman, and they get Fryman at first. A lot of times you see a catcher rush that ball, throw it right over the head of the first baseman. So well done by both Hasselman and Mo Vaughn.
Melvin Nieves takes strike one. 250 on the year for Nieves. Bettered the 20 home run mark. He has 21 on the year to go with 55 runs batted in. It was George Brett that made the interesting comment the other day with all these people that McGuire has 50 home runs. You have a number of 40 home run hitters. Obviously a number of 30, and all this players this year hitting better than 20. George said, wait till the owners start having to pay these guys based on these numbers. A record number of home runs hit in Major League Baseball this year.
Then they'll raise the mound again to 20 feet high.
Deaden the ball.
Soften up the baseball.
Build huge stadiums. Down on strikes goes Nieves. He's called out on strikes, and the Rocket now has racked up 4 in a row.
Well, that ties him now with Jerry Kuzman for 17th on the all-time list. Looks like it might just be the split-fingered fastball again here, tailing away from Nieves. For already he had 13, which is a season high earlier this year against the Detroit Tigers. That was back in May.
Clemens set to go to work now against Tiger third baseman Phil Nevin. Great location, strike one.
Next target now for Clemens once he gets by Kuzman, Bob Fella, who is 16th on that list, 2,581 strikeouts.
On the corner again, strike two. Be a terrible feeling as a hitter to be down to Clemens, no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, it all adds up, Bob. The Detroit Tigers obviously lead the league in strikeouts offensively, and Clemens the leader in strikeouts in the American League, so it could be another big punch-out night for him.
Down even 2-2. Logging 191 career wins into this one tonight, 13 of which over the years have come at the expense of the Tigers. Here's the 2-2 from the Rockets. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Strikes out the side. Fryman, Nieves, and Melvin. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We've completed 2 here in the Motor City, and we're scoreless. Bees are underway, so are we here. The top half of the third now. Jeff Fry is stepping in against the young left-handed Justin Thompson. Fry, Garcia, Parr, and Vaughn. Ball strike on Jeff, who popped up to the second baseman Alan Trammell back in the first inning. Thompson drops in, strike 2. Fry began the year with the Tigers. He was with Detroit in spring training. The Tigers let him go. Signed on with Oklahoma City in the Rangers system, and then of course made his way to Boston. And he's been a major contributor to the Red Sox success this year. Down on strikes here to open the third.
Well, there's no question that Thompson has good stuff. He's got a good live fastball. You'll see this ball rise up and out of the strike zone to Jeff Fry. Not an easy man to strike out. He's got the good curveball. We have yet to see a changeup from Thompson, but they say that's one of his best pitches.
Garcia-Parra hitless in his last 14 at bats, did walk and reached back in the first inning, stole second, got as far as third base, but the Sox couldn't get him home. And even a ball and a strike. Garcia-Parra, of course, spent a good share of this year on the disabled list from mid-April right through middle of July with a hamstring tendon tear behind his left knee. Came back, played very well at Pawtucket, and called up by the Red Sox right before the 1st of September. They could get him on the possible playoff roster. 1-2 pitch lifted in the air to center field. Barty. A lot of room here in center field at Tiger Stadium. One of the old ballparks, and it's 440 to straightaway center. Garcia-Parra, of course, get that one to shallow center.
That looked like the changeup from Thomas as we look at the 440 the straightaway center field. Thompson with the changeup that time to Garcia-Parra and really had him out on his front foot. 440. That's a long way.
There were some of the dimensions like that in the old ballpark, circa Tiger Stadium in Fenway Park. Old Vaughn grounding this one to second base. Trammell takes care of Vaughn. Thompson takes care of the Tigers. 1-2-3 here in the third. So we've completed 2.5, and we're scoreless from Detroit.
Bottom of the third was still scoreless at Tiger Stadium. Go to a participating Burger King in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. Purchase a Red Sox photo ball baseball and receive a Whopper sandwich free while supplies last. Collect all 4 photo balls with Roger Clemens, Jose Canseco, Mike Greenwell, and Mo Vaughn. I have the Clemens one. I've yet to get Canseco, Greenwell, and Vaughn, but I will get that while supplies last.
You ought to be going out and getting a couple Whoppers here quickly. Stand in line and see if you can pick up the other 3, right?
That's right.
Big night tonight for Roger Clemens. That's where he stands all time now, passing Jerry Koosman with Bob Feller standing straight ahead. Clemens has struck out 5 in a row. 5 total for the ball game as Brad Ausmus leads off for Detroit here in the bottom of the third. One strike. Clemens has been ahead of the hitters all night, certainly.
I'm sorry, Bob. That was the 11th time last inning that Clemens has struck out the side. The 104th time in his career that he's done so.
It seems like everything in the last inning or so has been a strike from Rocket. Has been painting that outside corner. Strike 1, strike 2, and then mown down. Ausmus in the hole, quickly 0-2. Ball missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Bad news for the Tigers. Felipe Lira, who did a nice job last night in the game against the Red Sox. Tough luck pitcher. Broke his wrist during batting practice. I guess got hit with a batted ball. Broke the wrist. And I imagine that's the season for him.
Also a report on Mark Lewis, who was hit in the helmet last night by Aaron Seeley. Been overnight for observation at the Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. Tried to come back to the ball club tonight, but had a headache in the clubhouse and was sent home. So Lewis not available for the Tigers tonight. The Rocket launches 2-2, and Ausmus sends it high and foul. Back up towards the third deck here in Detroit. The old football press deck. Back in the days when the Detroit Lions played here, but that goes back a long, long time ago.
By the way, it was the left wrist of Lira that was broken.
Yeah, they used to play here.
Who played here?
Detroit Lions. Through, I think they left here about 20-some years ago, though. Moved out to Pontiac, but are now moving back to Detroit. And they'll be side-by-side stadiums for the Tigers and the Lions.
I remember watching the Thanksgiving Day games here from Tiger Stadium. The Lions always involved in the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Rasmus chopped to short. Garcia Parra throws him out. There's one out.
I guess just about 2 miles from this location is where the new ballparks are going to be eventually built. Tigers, a new Tiger ballpark, and of course a new park for football, which should revitalize the downtown area like it did in Cleveland.
That's what they're talking about. Ballparks are just about side by side.
Yeah.
Here's Kim Barty, the number 9 hitter for the Tigers. You know, it's interesting we talk about the Lions playing here. You've been inside the baseball clubhouses here, obviously. You know how small they are. Can you imagine an NFL team dressing in there?
Bob, even worse than this is Cleveland. I can't imagine how they get a football team to dress in those Cleveland clubhouses. They're smaller than the ones here in Detroit. Of course, they don't have to worry about that right now, but I used to ask the clubhouse guy there, Billy Sheridan, how they work that, and they used to come in shifts to get taped and do different things because there just wasn't enough room.
Same situation I would think would have prevailed back when they played football at Fenway, the visitors clubhouse there. Of course, it's been a number of years since football has been played at Fenway Park.
Well, I can tell you what, the visitors clubhouse at Fenway is massive compared to the one in Cleveland.
Marti goes down on strikes. So Clemens now with a half a dozen. He had been mowing down the Tigers.
Again, the split-fingered fastball doing the honors for Roger Clemens. Ball is in the dirt, so Haslam will have to throw the ball to first base to get Barty. Clemens has been absolutely awesome this year against this Tiger ball club. 23 strikeouts coming into the game in 16 innings. 6 already in the game now, and only in the 3rd inning.
The Rocket has retired the last 7 Tigers and struck out 6 of them. There's Bobby Higginson at the top of the order. Takes ball 1. Higginson with a ground ball to second base, his first at bat. Leading off the Tiger first. Tigers have just 1 hit, the infield single by Alan Trammell. Swing and a miss by Higginson.
Actually, Bob, this had to be a great stadium to watch a football game in.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, what they do, run it from right field to first base?
No, it was
left field.
It was from first base. Yeah, first base to left field.
Left field, yeah.
The bleacher seats we used to call them coaches' corner seats. The upper bleacher seats for baseball actually were not bad football seats. Those were the days, of course, when a lot of the NFL clubs in Major League Baseball shared the same stadium. It's something that doesn't happen much anymore as Higginson fouls it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This ballpark really is Fenway Park's sister stadium. They both opened the exact same day, the 20th of April, 1912.
And there's no comparison between the way Fenway has been kept up and Tiger Stadium.
Payoff pitch here from Clemens, and Higginson lines it foul back to the upper deck. Close battle between the Red Sox and Tigers tonight here in the Motor City. Bobby Higginson batting for Detroit with the bases empty and 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd.
Higginson has really come on since the All-Star break, and one of the reasons he said he's been able to use the opposite field. He was trying to pull everything earlier in the season, but he's not afraid to go to the other way now.
Here's the 3-2 from the Rocket. Strike 3 called, and Higginson knew it. Just discards the bat. Will take off the batting glove and head out to play left field. Clemens picking up strikeout number 7. We're scoreless here after 3. Scoreless ball game here, top half the 4th inning. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon, Red Sox and Tigers will do it again. Our broadcast gets underway 1 o'clock here tomorrow. Tom Gordon goes against Trevor Miller, and again we remind you that game Sunday coming up in New York at 2. Red Sox and the New York Yankees, game 3 of that 4-game series, carried here on NESN 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon as Jose Canseco and company invade Yankee Stadium.
Shift on for Canseco as similar to Vaughn, except everybody on the left side of the infield.
And he hits it a long way here to right field. Back goes Nieves, back at the 370 sign, and makes the catch. Canseco gives it a ride to the opposite field, but Melvin Nieves goes right back up against the wall, and Canseco just missed one.
I see Jose checking the flags. The wind has been blowing in here the last 2 nights at Tiger Stadium, and I don't think there's any question it had an effect on this ball. I thought for sure this was going to be in the upper deck, and I think Canseco thought so also. Back goes Nieves right to the 370 mark, and will take it right in front of the wall. There's one there that certainly the wind had an effect on.
A breezy night here in the Motor City. Temperatures expected to be down around 50 before we're done tonight as John Valentin lofts it high and foul.
Nice sleeping weather. Nice sleeping weather, Bob. Down around 50.
You're in a Ritz, so it should be no effect, really. It should be every night should be a good night.
Well, I'm not the only one in the Ritz. I mean, you know.
There's Valentin straightening one out. Drops a base hit here into center field. They have the big robes here in Detroit like you have in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now let's check some of the out-of-town scores tonight and what else is going on around Major League Baseball. Big one, of course, the Orioles and the Yankees tonight. We'll be keeping tabs on that one. We'll have highlights for you as the evening goes on here from Detroit. One out, one on. As Valentin will get some attention over at first base. Tony Clark will hold with him.
Second time through the lineup now for the Red Sox. Obviously the first time that they have faced Thompson.
Well, the Tiger people telling us that Thompson, some of the games that he's pitched this year, tends to start very fast. Pile up a lot of strikeouts early. Well, he only has 2 strikeouts so far in this one, but then fades. Long about this time, 5th inning.
You can get all the scouting reports on a guy you want, and obviously the Red Sox have scouting reports on Justin Thompson, but until you face him yourself, that's when you really know how he throws.
How disconcerting is it for a hitter to go up and face a pitcher for the first time?
Well, you prefer to see guys, obviously, that you know and you've known throughout the league for a long time. September at times becomes extremely tough because a number of times you'll see pitchers that obviously come out of the minor leagues and you don't know. Usually 1 or 2 at bats against them and you get a pretty good idea on how their ball moves, what pitches obviously they have. You know what pitches they have before you begin in the game, but how they're going to attack you.
Greenwell, who struck out his first time down in the count 0-2, his throw will go over to first base to hold John Valentin. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, he got Greenwell last time on the big curveball. See if he goes back to it on the 1-2 count. Might be a good pitch for Valentin to run on at first base.
Valentin holding, and Greenwell fouls it back our way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Red Sox with 2 straight wins. Over Chicago on Sunday, been the first game of the road trip, beating the Tigers here last night 4-2. Hanging in there as far as the wild card race. 5.5 games behind Baltimore. Valentin caught 10 times this year. Well, obviously, Jerry, the Tigers agreeing with you that this would be a good pitch for Valentin to go on.
Well, and he must be wanting to throw the curveball, too, because he's gone over there a couple of times.
There's the curveball, but it's up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's why I figured that would be a good pitch for John to go on. After going over a couple of times, you know Thompson wants to throw the curveball. And it's a good pitch to go on.
Valentin's holding. It's a curveball, and it's fouled down the first base line. That hat comes in handy.
Look at this. Look at this.
It's having a tough night.
He's got butts coming out of his top pocket. Glasses are down there. Hat came off. There's probably gum in the hat. What's left down in the field here?
I don't know.
Oh, glasses, another pack of butts, I think.
Two again to the Gator. Fouled back. He's throwing him now 3 straight curveballs.
Yeah, and this time Greenwell at least able to get a piece of it and foul it off. Is this the instant replay, or is that? Well, he went down for a cigarette lighter. That's what it was.
Yeah, he's all set with his seat in the front row.
Okay, I think he's got everything now.
He can sit back and get everything organized and watch the ball game. Greenwell, meanwhile, delivers a base hit to right field. Hit it sharply on the ground to right, and the Red Sox have runners at first and second with 1 out.
What a nice hit bat by Greenwell. He really battled Thompson that time. He threw a lot of breaking balls, fouled them all off. Again, he'll try it away from him, but this time Greenwell will hit the ground ball to the left of Alan Trammell for the base hit. Ball hit so hard that Valentin had to hold up at second base. That's a great at bat by Mike Greenwell, fouling off a number of tough curveballs and finally getting one that he could handle.
A chance here for Rudy Pemberton, an International League All-Star, the Paw Sox MVP this year. Lays off that one. 1 ball and no strikes on Pemberton. Pemberton had a nice year at Cozy McCoy. Elected to the International League All-Star team. Hit to 27 home runs with the Paw Sox. That was 4th in the International League this year. We showed you earlier that 440-foot sign at center field here in Detroit. Out in Pawtucket, those of you that follow the Paw Sox know that center field wall at McCoy is only 380 feet from home plate. It was a nice cozy ballpark to hit in. Thompson in trouble here. Sox have Valentin at second. Greenwell at first with 1 out. He's fallen behind Rudy Pemberton 2-0. Swing and a miss.
A little bit that we have watched Pemberton play. It looks like he likes the ball from the middle of the plate in. Slightly open stance.
Foul back to our right. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And at least to this point in this at bat, Thompson staying away from Pemberton.
Base runners, Valentin at second, Greenwell at first with 1 out. Scoreless ball game here as the Red Sox bat in the top of the 4th. Trying to hang in there in the wild card chase. Pemberton fouls back another. Well, that ball game we mentioned in New York rained out last night, and George Steinbrenner not too happy about it. Thought that American League President Gene Budig should have been in attendance. I don't know what Budig would have had to do with the weather. That's what Joe Brinkman, the plate umpire, was saying. What difference would that make? But it made headlines in the paper. Little loop Looper here could be trouble for the Tigers. That falls safely. It's a base hit for Pemberton. Scooting around third is Valentin. He's waved home. The throw goes into second. It gets away from Fryman. Coming in from third base now is Greenwell to make it a 2-0 ball game as Pemberton takes third.
Now, big break there for the Red Sox. Obviously, they're going to get one run with Valentin scoring. Then the throw from Nieves to second base is going to get by Travis Fryman and roll out toward left field. That will allow Greenwell to come around and score and give the Red Sox a 2-0 lead. The right idea by Nieves to try to go to second base and get Pemberton. He'll short hop the ball. It'll get by Fryman, and then Valentin can come in and score. Here's the throw from Nieves. You see it on one hop to second base. It looks like it got tied up with Pemberton, and then he'll move up a base. Infield in now for the Tigers.
I guess that scored a single for Pemberton. He obviously gets only one RBI in the play. Nieves is charged with a throwing error.
Single E9. 1 RBI for Pemberton.
2-0 lead for the Red Sox, and they've got Pemberton at third base. Just the one out. Tigers with the infield in, and Hasselman just rips it foul.
Pemberton's already got 5 RBI now in the limited playing time that he's had with the Red Sox. Hasselman going back for a new piece of lumber. Of course, obviously, the way Clemens is going, Buddy Bell has to pull his infield in, even though it's early in the ball game. So far, Clemens has dominated the lineup for the Detroit Tigers.
Red Sox now with a couple of runs, 5 hits for the evening's work. They got Rudy Pemberton there at third base with 1 out. Couple runs in here in the 4th inning. Bill Hasselman trying to get the ball either through the drawn in infield or deep enough on a fly to drive in the run. That swings and misses at the breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Five of the last 6 times that Hasselman's had him in on third base in less than 2 outs, he's been able to get him in.
If he can do it again here, here's the 1-2, and that's sent foul back to the upper deck. Red Sox have just owned the Tigers this year. 10 wins, just 1 loss. Boston 5-0 here in the Tigers' den. With that batting average for the Sox too against Tiger pitching this year. This down and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That is slightly higher than what the league is hitting against the Tigers. The league is hitting .295 against his pitching staff.
It has been a long summer here in Detroit. Full count now on Hasselman. 5 full counts so far for Justin Thompson in this ball game tonight. See Darren Bragg there in the on deck circle waiting his turn. Payoff pitch, and through the drawn in infield, a base hit to right field. In to score comes Rudy Pemberton, and the Red Sox lead now 3-0. RBI single for Bill Hasselman.
Well, a little different second time through the lineup against Thompson. Hasselman again with a good at bat. Just reaches out, punches the ball, hits it hard by Alan Trammell, and the Red Sox pick up the 3rd run of the inning. Fastball away from Hasselman. He'll cover the plate. Head right down on the baseball. Trammell went into the dive, but he really had no chance to make that play. Rick Adair, the pitching coach, out to talk with the young pitcher. Hasselman has really done a job against the Tigers this year. Came into the game 4 for 7 against Tiger pitching. He's 2 for 2 tonight.
Rick Adair filling in for John Matlack, who has been given a leave of absence for the Tigers for personal reasons for the rest of the year. Adair, the Tiger pitching coach, is the youngster Justin Thompson, one of the big prospects for Detroit. learning to pitch here at the major league level. Learning on the job. Aaron Bragg hits for the Red Sox. Bragg looks at one down and away. Don't forget, 1 o'clock here tomorrow afternoon on NESN. Tom Gordon locks up with Trevor Miller. Final meeting between the Tigers and the Red Sox here in the '96 season. Downstairs again to Bragg. Done pretty well, hasn't he, over the last half dozen games? Up high for ball 3.
He's had a tough time against left-handed pitching, but Kennedy keeps him in the lineup because of his defense. He dropped him to 9th in the batting order. Moved Fry to the number 1 spot as C.J. Nitkowski starting to loosen up.
Ball 4 puts Bragg aboard and pushes Hasselman down to second. That's the second walk issued by Justin Thompson tonight.
Now, see, it seems like the base hit by Hasselman just took all the starch out of Thompson. He's got a left-hander at the plate who struggles against left-handers and ends up walking him.
And he's followed the Detroit scouting report. Fast start, and then will start to lose it a little bit in the middle innings. Right now he's got Hasselman at second, Bragg at first, 3 runs in for the Red Sox here in the 4th, and back to the top of the order and Jeff Fry. Fry looks at ball 1, so that's 5 straight now out of the strike zone. Ball 6.
Well, when you look at the starts for Thompson, he went 5 innings in a game that he won against the Royals, 4 1/3 in a game against the Indians that he lost. He did go 7 innings, striking out 9 against the Royals, no decision. 5 innings against the Orioles, and 4 2/3 last time out against the Yankees. Both those games he lost.
And now that's a called strike. Finally got the outside corner. 2-1 the count on Fry. Fry is 0 for 2 tonight. He's popped to second and gone down swinging. Thompson to the set. Here is the 2-1 pitch. Fry will pop it up on the infield. Tigers second baseman Alan Trammell makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So for the second time tonight, Jeff Fry pops out to his counterpart Alan Trammell at second base. 2 on, 2 out, and that'll leave it up to Nomar Garciaparra. "12 games to go for the Red Sox, counting this one here in Detroit tonight. It's the call there from plate umpire Tim McClellan. 1 strike to count. Sox are 4 games over 500 for the year. 77 wins, 73 losses. They start the night still running 3rd in the American League's Eastern Division. They're 8.5 behind the Yankees, 5.5 as mentioned behind the Orioles in the chase for the wild card. Red Sox will be seeing plenty of the Yankees and Orioles over the last 10 games of the season. And down on strikes goes Garciaparra. The inning is finally over, but the Red Sox pick up 3 big runs, and they've got a 3-0 lead now for Roger Clemens after 3.5. Roger Clemens takes a 3-0 lead here to the bottom of the 4th here at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. Time to check our fleet game summary. Clemens so far with 7 strikeouts already for the night's work. Rudy Pemberton a couple of singles and an RBI. Bill Hasselman making his 15th straight start behind the plate. A couple of singles and also an RBI for the Red Sox catcher. Tigers have just the 1 hit off the Rocket. That was an infield single by Alan Trammell with 1 out in the 1st. Clemens, who tonight shoots for his 10th win of the year. Roger has won 5 and lost 1 in his last 7 outings for the Sox. during that streak. He had a 28-inning scoreless streak from August the 1st through the 22nd, which is the longest of the majors this year, and the second best of Rogers' career. He had 30 2/3 scoreless innings back in 1991. His longtime nemesis, Alan Trammell, leads off for the Tigers. Trammell and Whitaker, and now there's just Trammell left for the Tigers. And they're saying this will probably be his final year as he takes a called strike.
Well, yesterday he was talking about the possibility of coming back for one more year, depending on what happens here in the offseason.
Now, and of course, a key member of that 1984 Tiger championship team. That's the team that jumped off to the 35-5 start in April.
Tell me about it. Season was over at the end of April for everybody else in the league.
3 wild card. Appeal made to the first base umpire, and no, according to Tim Cheetah. Tim Cheetah says no. What's replay say?
Borderline call right there. You might as well give the veteran Trammell a break.
2-1 pitch chopped on the right side. Jeff Fry plants himself at second and throws Alan Trammell out at first. Ten in a row now retired by Roger Clemens. One out in the Tiger fourth inning. Here's Ruben Sierra, the designated hitter. Clemens starts him with a strike.
C.J. Nikowski continues to throw in the bullpen for the Tigers, so he may come on and pitch next inning. He just got back up, making about his second toss.
Fouled down the first base line. Strike 2. Three times this year, Sierra has launched 2 home runs in a ball game. Last time, June 22nd at Cleveland against the Indians. Clemens has him on the hip, 0-2, fires the fastball wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That evens things at 2-2. Full count.
Back-to-back splitters, and somehow Sierra able to hold off that last one. That was a pretty nasty pitch. Tough pitch to lay off. Close to being strike 3. Looks like one more splitter.
Got him. That's 8 on the night for Roger Clemens.
Probably fastball here from Clemens. It tails away outside part of the plate. Sierra certainly held up the swing, but the pitch right on the corner. Big high leg kick for Sierra. Did not break the wrist, but it was a call strike. I think Sierra just questioning on whether he swung or it was a call strike.
Batter is Tony Clark. Clark swings and misses. Clemens has retired now 11 straight and has struck out 8 of them. Up high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, Clark's trying to tell himself, don't chase the high fastball, because that's how Clemens has been striking him out. He's faced him 4 times. He struck him out 4 times.
2.
Well, he figures he had one there to hit, and he fouled it back. Now let's see what Roger does. 2 options: the split finger or the high fastball.
Opts for the fastball and just misses inside. Got him on strikes. Balled strike 3. Clemens now with 9 strikeouts for the night's work. The Rocket has mowed down 12 in a row. It is 3-0 Sox. Now a 3-0 lead for the Sox. Tigers bat here, bottom half the 5th inning. Let's check our Nissan on deck circle. See what is coming up for the Red Sox. Of course, tomorrow here on NESN, a 1 o'clock start. Final game of the year between Boston and Detroit. Friday from Yankee Stadium, WABU TV 68 moves in. Fox has the game on Saturday. NESN on Sunday afternoon at 2. And of course ESPN on Sunday night. So
maybe what I'll do is on Saturday with that Fox game, maybe I'll just take a nice little stroll through Central Park. Enjoy the afternoon, the lovely colors.
With your transistor radio, of course.
Absolutely.
Travis Fryman leads off for Detroit here against Roger Clemens, who has eaten up the Tigers tonight. Rocket has retired 11 straight. Striking out 9. One ball, 1 strike on Fryman. A strikeout victim back in the second. Here we are in just the 5th inning, and every Tiger starter is a strikeout victim against Clemens, with the exception of Alan Trammell and Brad Osmus. Everybody else has gone down at least once. Fryman sends it foul back towards the press box.
These are the kind of nights, too, when you're facing a guy like Clemens, you feel like every time, as soon as you step in the box, you have 2 strikes on you.
Clemens strikeout high this year, 13 May the 1st against these same Tigers, and came in a ball game at Fenway Park. One of Rogers' complete games, and down on strikes goes Travis Fryman. That's 10 now for the Rocket.
Well, I would say he's got an excellent chance of surpassing that 13 in this ball game here tonight. They're just mowing him down. 70 pitches, 43 for strikes. Picks up the outside corner here against Travis Fryman. See that ball tail back on the corner. That's a 2-seam fastball from Clemens.
Melvin Nieves steps in. Nieves fouls it back. That ball game May 1st at Fenway Park. Clemens with a complete ball game. Beat the Tigers. Struck out 13. Did not walk a batter in the game. Swing and a miss. Nieves quickly down 0-2.
But I tell you, you feel like you got 2 strikes on you as soon as you get in the batter's box. That was the nasty split-fingered fastball again, down and away. He's had excellent control with that pitch in this game.
Clemens has given up just 1 hit so far tonight. Here's the 2-strike pitch to Nieves. Sails off the glove of Hasselman and back towards the screen. 10 strikeouts for the Rocket. He has not walked a batter. He's retired 12 in a row. Bring up another. That's 11 now for the Rocket.
That was challenge time there. Just the old fastball. I'm going to challenge you with it, see how far you can hit it. And again, swing right through it is Melvin Nieves. Just above the belt, you see the uppercut swing. Cannot quite make the contact. Look at the hands drop, get underneath the fastball. And Clemens just mows him down.
2 gone in the Tiger 5th. Bill Nevin, the third baseman, the batter. First pitch strike. Tigers, as Jerry mentioned earlier, a strikeout team. Clemens, a strikeout pitcher. Combination really working far tonight. 0-2. Clemens struck out the side back in the second inning. Trying to repeat the feat here in the fifth. Here's the 0-2. Contact, foul ball down the right field line towards the light tower. One ball, two strikes.
These are the kind of games, Bob, where Clemens' defense really has to concentrate, keep on their toes, because you get kind of caught up in watching Clemens strike out all these players, and there really has been much action for his defense.
Just Bill Hasselman. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes the side again. Clemens, 12 strikeouts on the night. We played 5 here in Detroit. 3-0 Sox. Back here in the Motor City, where the Red Sox take a 3-0 lead at the bottom of the 6th inning. You want to know why they called Jerry Remy the old pro? Watch your replay here. Now watch what Jerry does as the pitch is delivered. 1987. Actually, they won the East that year, and started strong in '88. Then the bottom fell out, and they really have not contended since. Hey, look at that. He ducks behind the monitor. Sent this one high in the air to left field. You do that every pitch, don't you?
With a left-hander at the plate, I do. That's for sure.
Now you're safe here. Brad Ausmus, a right-handed hitter, will lead it off for the Tigers here, bottom half of the 6th inning. Haven't been hit yet, have you?
It's been a long time since March 1st, and I have no intentions of getting plucked here the last few games of the season.
One guy who really got it here, this goes back probably 10 years. Larry Osterman was broadcasting with Bill Freehand. And Osterman was a little guy, and he had big, thick glasses, and it hit him right square in the forehead, knocked him right back over. Seat went backwards, his feet goes up on the air, and they had a famous tape of Bill Freehand on the air saying, "My partner's been hit. My partner's been hit." But he was fine. He finished the ball game. 1 ball, no strikes on Brad Ausmus. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 12 strikeouts for Clemens. He's not walked a batter. Gave up just that infield single to Alan Trammell with 1 out in the first. Here's the 1-1 from the Rocket. Down low. Tell you one thing, though, this is a great place to broadcast a game from. It's a fun booth. You are absolutely right on top of the action. I think the best booth ever in terms of safety and being able to see was the old broadcast booth at Fenway Park.
Yeah, that was a terrific booth. The only thing about that booth, when it was cold, and when it was warm, it was real warm in that booth. I think I only worked in that for 1 year before they put the addition on at Fenway.
Pitch is up high to Ausmus. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another great broadcast location was the former television location at the Boston Garden for hockey. Right at center ice, right on top of the play, as Ausmus chops this one down the third baseline. That one will roll foul. Roger Clemens has retired the last 14 Tigers, 12 of them on strikes. Here's the 3-2 to Osmus and fouled over towards the photographer location on the first baseline. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice cool night here in Detroit. It should keep Clemens fresh throughout this ball game.
Osmus makes contact and drops a base hit into left field. Osmus with a leadoff single here in the Tigers' 6th inning. Let's go back to NESN studio, check in with Bob Rogers, see what's new with the Yankees and the Orioles. Bob? Yeah, thank you, Bob. Some of us were wondering if they were going to play 2. Well, I thought you had to make it up the earliest possible, but apparently they're playing the 2 tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I guess they're going to play the deuce. I guess maybe the weather forecast might have been better for tomorrow than today. Why take a chance on the doubleheader today?
Barty, the hitter. Tigers down by 3 runs. Osmus takes off and will steal second without drawing a throw.
Well, things have been going so much Clemens' way tonight after the base hit by Osmus on the split-fingered fastball. Really not paying any attention to him at all at first base. Hasn't had many base runners on to pay attention to, and instead of standing around with the 3-0 lead, Osmus will take advantage of that. 3rd stolen base. He's been caught 4 times this year. He gets into scoring position.
Barty went down on strikes in the 3rd inning. Two strikes. Barty steps out to clear his head, down quickly to Clemens, 0-2. Osmus, a leadoff single, snapping Clemens' streak at 14 straight, retired at second base now after the steal. He's at second with nobody out. 2-strike offering from Clemens, and down on strikes goes Barty, and the Rocket now with a baker's dozen, 13 strikeouts for the night.
Once again, it's the split-fingered fastball, and really Barty has had no chance on that pitch tonight. That's twice that he's got him with the splitter.
Bob Higginson at the top of the order, 3rd trip to the plate against the Rocket tonight. Looks at 1 up high. Higginson tonight bounced to second, has been called out on strikes.
It's the kind of game too, Bob, where McCullum, the home plate umpire, gets caught up in it too. You know, he's getting a lot of strikeouts. Clemens has been around the plate, has not walked anybody. He'll get some calls too.
Clemens has matched his season high, 13, fouled back by Higginson to count even now, 1-1. Clemens struck out 13 Tigers at Fenway on May the 1st, and has matched that total here tonight. Here's the 1-1. In for strike 2. Every Tiger except Osmus and Trammell has struck out. That still holds from earlier in the ballgame. Trammell has an infield single and has rolled to second. Osmus rounded to short and has the base hit to left. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. It's a season high. 14 strikeouts for Clemens tonight.
Now, so far, this has been like a man playing with boys in this game. Again, the split finger fastball down and away, and it's just been really no chance at all for the Tigers. Trammell, of course, had the base hit back in the 1st inning. Osmus with the base hit on the split finger fastball, a soft line drive hit. Still only a 3-0 ball game, though.
And Trammell, who's hit Clemens pretty well over the years at the plate. Trammell came into tonight with a .371 average against the Rocket and has gone 1 for 2.
Yeah, of all the guys in the lineup, excuse me, Bob, that he would prefer not to see with a man in scoring position, it's Alan Trammell.
Nubbed foul by the Tigers second baseman. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're bundled up here in the front row at Tiger Stadium. We have the heat on, by the way, in the broadcast booth. It is a little chilly in the Motor City tonight.
Well, we've been here at this time of year. We've been a lot colder than this, that's for sure.
3 balls and a strike.
So there's a pitch where the veteran Trammell was able to hold off the split finger, where not too many other guys in the lineup have been able to do that.
In for a strike, 3-2.
Even the fans behind home plate are kind of getting into the strikeouts for Clemens, as they're making the calls themselves. They're making them for McCullen.
Here's the payoff pitch, fouled back. Small, rather intimate gathering here at Tiger Stadium tonight, but they're seeing a great performance by Roger Clemens. Some great individual shows put on this week. How about the battle that mowed Vaughn? Frank Thomas put on Sunday at Fenway. Here's the 3-2 pitch and fouled off by Trammell.
I think Osmus was going on that 3-2 count from second base. Obviously, with 2 outs, Red Sox infield is very deep. Both Garcia, Parr, and Fry. Fry swung over expecting Trammell to hit the ball the other way.
Osmus holds this time. Strike 3 called. 15 strikeouts for Roger. We played 6 here in Detroit tonight. Sox 3, Tigers nothing. Foul back by Sierra. 1 strike the count. Checking some of the other scores going on around baseball tonight, but the big one as far as the Sox are concerned, of course, involving the Orioles and the Yankees in New York. Now, the Sox loaded the bases in the top half of the inning, were unable to add to the 3-0 advantage. Well, the way Clemens has gone thus far, 3 to this point has been enough. Some of the scores in the National League. The other league. Ground ball right side, so Sierra in this situation avoids the strikeout, makes contact, and grounds out to Jeff Fry at second base.
Well, actually, if Roger's not thinking about either tying or breaking the record, it doesn't hurt at this stage of the game to get a couple of quick, easy outs. Get guys to swing at some first pitches. Next time Clemens is going to go on the 3 days rest against the Yankees on Sunday. I would imagine pitching in game 2 of that doubleheader.
Well, the last 8 outs prior to that have been recorded by the strikeout. And as mentioned, 15 of 17 coming into the 7th inning. Here's Tony Clark. High fastball, and Clark will never catch that.
Clark has had absolutely no chance in his 5 at-bats this season against Clemens. Maybe it was 6 at-bats now, I believe.
Pitch is up high. Count is even 1-1. Clemens struck out 2 in the first inning, the side in the second, 2 more in the third, 2 more in the fourth, the side in the fifth, 3 more last inning. Trier able to make contact here, leading off the 7th. Swing and a miss by Clark. Again, a late swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's Clark facing a 1-2 pitch from Clemens. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Clemens gets number 16.
Up high with a couple of fastballs and then down low with the splitter. Down and out of the strike zone. Fryman has really been, I should say, Trammell's the only guy that's been able to lay off that pitch all night. He's got a sense that he's in tight to tying his own record.
16 strikeouts as Travis Fryman takes the first pitch strike.
This is one of the few sliders that Clemens has thrown in this ball game.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Fryman just looking to the heavens, muttering to himself as Clemens goes after his 17th K of the night. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. And it's up high. Here's the 2-2 pitch from the Rockets. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 17 for Clemens. 1-2-3 go the Tigers in the 7th inning. Still 3-0 Red Sox.
Top of the 8th inning at Tiger Stadium. Clemens with 17 strikeouts. The Red Sox lead 3-0. This copyrighted program is brought to you under pay cable TV rights granted by the Boston Red Sox, solely for entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the written consent of the New England Sports Network and the Boston Red Sox is prohibited.
And what a night we are enjoying here at Tiger Stadium tonight. On the scoreboard, the Red Sox have the lead over the Tigers 3-0 as the Sox continue to chase the wild card. And of course, the story of the night, Roger Clemens now with 17 strikeouts through 7 innings. So he has an excellent shot at breaking his own record at 20. Mike Greenwell, who already has 2 hits for the night, leads off against the right-hander Sager here in the top of the 8th. Takes a called strike. Greenwell quickly down 0-2. Down goes Greenwell on 3 pitches. Sager gets the call on the inside corner.
Good tailing fastball that time from A.J. Sager. You see the fastball run back in. It starts out inside and then right back on the corner. Good pitch, good call by Tim McCullen, the home plate umpire, who's had an excellent game tonight behind home plate.
Probably had a fairly easy night around home plate. 2 pitchers certainly have been around the plate tonight. Even the starters for the Tigers, Justin Thompson and C.J. Nitkowski, there have been just 4 walks in the ballgame. As Pemberton shoots this one past the dive of Nevin into left field for a base hit. Pemberton goes for 2. Here comes Higginson's throw. It's a dandy, but he's safe at second base. Higginson, always among the leaders, last year led the American League in outfield assist and almost nailed Pemberton there.
Rudy Pemberton thinking about double right out of the batter's box. That's a rocket by Nevin at third base, and he's thinking about 2 right away. See how far Nevin has to go. I mean, Higginson has to go to make a play on this. He's got a good arm. He's got 9 outfield assists. Right on the money, but Pemberton with the head first slide will just barely get the fingers in before the tag by Alan Trammell. Pemberton's had a big night. 3 hits tonight. Also drove in a run.
Bobby Higginson took a shot at him and almost had him at second base, but Pemberton gets a one-out double. Bill Hasselman looks at one down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Hasselman has a couple hits tonight. Sox now as a team total 10. Two balls, no strikes. High fastball. Hasselman swings and misses. Tigers in the bottom of the 8th will send up Nieves, who has struck out twice, Nevin, who has struck out twice, and Osmus, who's been a problem for Clemens tonight. Grounding to short and dropping a single to left field. Those are the 3 Tiger hitters scheduled up in the 8th inning. Hasselman, a wave at it and misses, and the count is even. Sager to the belt. Here is the 2-2 pitch now to Hasselman. Launched foul back behind our broadcast location and back into the upper deck. One more time, the 2-2 pitch. And we'll go to a full count now on Hasselman.
We mentioned, Bob, beginning of the game, Clemens with a win tonight would tie Cy Young as far as all-time Red Sox wins, 192. Also with 1 shutout, that would also tie Cy Young's all-time mark of 38 shutouts, and obviously Clemens with a shutout to this stage of the game.
Hasselman may help his cause here. He drops one into left center field. Pemberton scoots around and will score the 4th Boston run of the night. It's an RBI single for Bill Hasselman. He's knocked in a pair of runs tonight, and the Red Sox lead the Tigers now 4-0.
Well, all the production tonight coming from the bottom part of the batting order for the Red Sox. Pemberton driving in a run, Hasselman driving in 2, and of course the other run coming in an error. Bill Hasselman picks up his 3rd hit. Not exactly a bullet by Hasselman. He was jammed some, but muscled the ball out into center field. Pemberton with a good speed will score. Looks like he tripped around third base or stumbled around third, but he did get a piece of the bag.
Aaron Bragg, the hitter. Looks at one down low. Bragg tonight has bounced back to the pitcher, walked, and then flied to left. Getting a chance now to bat against a right-hander in Sager. Aaron has struggled against left-handed pitching this year. Drives this one to left. Higginson hasn't played pretty well, though, able to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning as Hasselman retreats to first.
That really aggravates you if you're Darren Bragg. It's the first chance tonight you get to face a right-handed pitcher. You hit a line drive, but it's right at somebody. So the battle of those lefties up until that point.
2 outs in the Red Sox 8th inning. It leaves it up to Jeff Fry. Quite a night for Hasselman, as mentioned. Hasselman 3 hits, has driven in 2 runs, and is catching Roger Clemens. Ball down the third baseline. That's foul and runs the count to 0-2. Sox and Tigers again tomorrow to close out the season series. Tom Gordon and Trevor Miller, and then after that Sox head to Gotham. 4 against the Yankees over the weekend. Sager deals 0-2, missing. Oh, he didn't miss. He caught the outside corner, picks up the strikeout. Bring up Fry and the Red Sox here in the 8th, but they pick up the run. They've got a 4-0 lead as Roger Clemens again will head to the mound in the bottom half of the 8th. Well, bottom of the 8th inning with Roger Clemens all set to take the hill here against the Tigers. Time now for our Hoover cleanup hitter comparison. Jose Canseco has gone 1 for 4 so far in his return to the cleanup spot for the Red Sox tonight. Been a tough night on the other side. Tony Clark 0 for 3, and he's whiffed 3 times. 3 of the 17 that Roger Clemens has racked up tonight. Long time the standard for strikeouts in the American League was 18, set by Cleveland fireballer Bob Felder. That has been broken a number of times in recent years. A string of 19 before Roger Clemens finally rang up 20 against the Seattle Mariners in 1986. So 20 is the standard. Clemens is 3 strikeouts away. Melvin Nieves, Phil Nevin, and Brad Osmus due up for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Melvin Nieves steps in, looks at one down low. Nieves has fanned twice tonight, as has Phil Nevin, who will follow him. 17 strikeouts, no walks issued by Clemens. Swing and miss on the high fastball.
2 guys he's facing in this inning, Nieves and Nevin. He's got both times.
Clemens launches the 1-1. In for called strike 2. Out here in Detroit roaring with the every pitch. There's the Clemens record, 20 against Seattle, meeting the record of Steve Carlton, Tom Seaver, Clemens hero Nolan Ryan, and David Cone. They all had 19. Ground ball, right side. Knocked down by Fry, but it'll be a base hit for Nieves. Crowd cheering not only the base hit, but for the fact that that wasn't an out. And gives Clemens yet a chance for another strikeout.
It's like Clemens tried to go with the split-fingered fastball. This time Nieves making the contact and picking up the base hit. I thought he'd go back upstairs with the fastball. Instead, they went down under the glove of Vaughn. Knocked down by Fry. 3rd hit of the night for the Tigers.
Nieves gets his lead at first, held over there by Vaughn. Red Sox with a 4-0 lead. Phil Nevin the batter. Another first pitch strike from the Rocket.
Actually, Bob, I think they scored that in error. They must have given Vaughn an error on that.
We'll check on that. Like Vaughn waved at it and went off the glove of Fry. Looked like a tough play. That's fouled off the mask of the catcher Hasselman. Who got the error? Vaughn gets the error.
Yeah, still only 2 hits up on the board for the Tigers and 1 error now for the Red Sox. So Mo Vaughn picking up the error on that ground ball.
Two strikes on Nevin. Evans will step off and break the lead over there of Nieves at first base. Shot, base hit, center field, past the dive of Garcia-Parra. That's really the first ball really hit with any authority off Clemens tonight, and that was by Nevin here in the 8th inning. Trammell had an infield single in the first. Brad Osmus had a little blooper to left field in the 6th inning. And Nevin really made contact with that one.
Good hard line drive by Nevin, even though he had a couple of strikes on him, as he hit it quickly past Garcia-Parra. Here's now where you got to start kind of forgetting about the strikeout thing and be involved in the ball game. A 4-0 lead, fairly comfortable the way Clemens has been pitching, but yet the first 2 guys on now for the Tigers. Remember last night now, Slocum in that ball game last night working an inning in 2/3. So if he was to come into this game tonight, they'd only want him for an inning.
Brad Osmus chasing the fastball. Osmus has grounded to short and singled to left. He is the only Tiger in the lineup tonight that Clemens has not struck out. The only one that Clemens has not been able to strike out tonight. That could be a little better English. Struck out.
Yes, it's all right, Bob. I've never made a mistake like that.
Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Well, he'd still have a chance if he could struck him out, I'll tell you that.
Either way, it's a K, huh? Tigers have 2 on. Niev is at second base. Phil Nevin at first. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 1-2. Osmus lines it foul. Just reached out and protected home plate. What a great night to be at the ballpark. Not too many on hand to see it. They were talking the other night in Kansas City. They sold something like 16,000 tickets. Only 7,000 people showed up. What they saw was Paul Molitor's 3,000th base hit. Small crowd on hand tonight in Detroit watching the Rocket go after the major league record for strikeouts. Right, you never know what you're going to get when you buy your ticket and come out to the park. And nights like this all summer long. John Valentin hitting for the cycle against Chicago. Big 9-home run game at Fenway on Sunday. Vaughn and Thomas going at each other. Now Clemens tonight. Strike 3 called. There's 18.
I'll tell you what, he has had some excellent control in this ball game. Watch location of this pitch. Tail back on the outside corner. Nice job by Hasselman to frame the ball, and Jim McCullen all over the call. And one of the toughest guys to strike out in the lineup. Clemens gets him for 18. Looks like Barty has been called back, and Phil Hyatt, I believe, will be called out to pinch hit.
They talk things over on the mound. We'll check out that Oriole-Yankee game with Bob Rogers. Bob? Baltimore leading that one over New York. What would be interesting if in the next couple of days, like say the Orioles were to sweep the Yankees and tie for first place, that would put the Yankees on top in the wild card race. And keep in mind the Red Sox have 8 games left with the Yankees. So who necessarily do you root for?
Well, coming into this series, I was rooting for the Yankees because, you know, I felt like you had a better chance, obviously, with them sweeping Baltimore. You got 2 games left with Baltimore. If you win both of those, you got a crack. But it's a lot to overtake, obviously, with the Yankees.
Roger Clemens with 18 strikeouts tonight goes to work here on the pinch hitter Phil Hyatt. There's his numbers for the year. Hyatt formerly played with the Kansas City Royals. First pitch, strike. With the fastball. strikes out. Clemens now with 19 strikeouts. One shy of the record.
Well, even the Tiger fans here are all caught up in what's going on with Clemens. Yeah, they're aware of what's going on. Here's a splitter again from Clemens, down and away. Everything in that at bat to Hyatt was away. He gets him to chase the split-fingered fastball. Again, one that's out of the strike zone. 4 outs to go. Needs 2 strikeouts to break his own record.
Top of the order, Bobby Higginson, who has struck out 2 times in his 3 times at bat tonight, and he takes called strike 1. Bust him inside, a ball and a strike. Roger Clemens has struck out 19 without walking a batter tonight. He's limited the Tigers to 3 hits. Has a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 1-1 from the Rockets. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Wind whipping through Tiger Stadium on a cool night in the Motor City. But it's a hot rocket on the mound. Crowd roaring with every pitch. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's fouled back. Higginson still has life at the plate.
10 years since Clemens had the 20 strikeout game at Fenway Park against the Seattle Mariners.
Leads the American League in strikeouts and is really padding the total tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's one of the few splitters in this game that has been so far off the plate that the hitter has not chased it. Most of the time he's just teased him with it and been able to pick up a number of strikeouts with it.
Here's the 2-2, and it just missed. Not sure whether Tim McClellan was tempted to go up with that right hand on that one or not, but it was a close pitch. With the 3-2 pitch and 2 outs, the runners go. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Higginson will ground it to second base. Try to move on to retire Higginson. Keep the Tigers off the board here in the bottom of the 8th and leave Roger Clemens stuck at 19 strikeouts. And on this night at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, with that lead, Roger Clemens has 19 strikeouts with 3 outs yet to be recorded in the bottom half of the 9th inning. It's the Red Sox batting here in the top of the 9th right now. Nomar Garcia, Parra-Beau Vaughn, and Jose Canseco due up. Clemens almost tied his own record in the 8th inning. Going 1-2 on Bobby Higginson. Higginson fouled off one, took a close pitch that ran the count to 3-2. Finally grounded out to second base. 1 ball, no strikes on Nomar Garcia Parra. A couple of walks for the young shortstop tonight. 0 for 2 officially. Sends this one over the head that time of the pitcher. Past the dive. And gunning him out at first base. Finally is Travis Fryman, the shortstop. Got it over the head of Seger, past the dive of Nevin, and Fryman throws him out.
Well, that's what happens when you're struggling. 2 guys missed the ball, and finally Travis Fryman, the shortstop, will make the play. I thought once it bounced over the head of the pitcher, he had a hit. Then here comes the third baseman, Nevin. He'll miss it, but Fryman's there as the third option and still gets Garcia Parra at first base. 1, 2. Option number 3 retires Garcia Parra.
Move on, bats for the Red Sox, drives this one left field away. Phil Hyatt into left field now. Will make the catch with Hyatt in left, and Bobby Higginson moving over to center field for the Tigers defensively. 2 outs. Bases empty, 2 outs. Here's Jose Canseco. Canseco takes a called strike. Swing and a miss by Canseco, and it's 0-2. Roger Clemens in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Alan Trammell, Ruben Sierra, and Tony Clark. Clark has gone down on strikes 3 times tonight. One ball, 2 strikes. Sager set to go. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's up high.
It's almost like now you don't want the Red Sox to hit. Let's just get Clemens back on the mound.
Another foul down the third baseline. And all the hitting and all the scoring and all the home runs that have been such a big part of baseball here this season. But the story tonight is pitching. Get the hitters out of there and get the Rocket out there on the mound and see whether he can break his strikeout record. Down to 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jose Canseco. Swing and a miss. Canseco down on strikes, and now we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning to see whether the Rocket can set the record. Well, here we are, bottom half of the 9th inning on tap. Roger Clemens takes his tune-up tosses, and the Rocket 19 strikeouts on the night, 1 shy of his own record at 20 set 10 years ago against Seattle.
Well, 3 things on the line for Clemens this inning. Obviously tying his record and possibly breaking his record with 2 strikeouts. A shutout and a win, which would tie him with Cy Young as the all-time Red Sox records. 38 shutouts and 192 wins.
And again, it'll be Alan Trammell, who has gone 1 for 3 tonight, striking out once. Ruben Sierra, who's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts included. And Tony Clark, who Clemens has owned tonight. He's mowed him down all 3 times. If Clemens himself ever would have thought that he would have had a chance to break his own record.
Well, if he does, we'll get a chance to ask him that, hopefully. They're just about 18 short right now.
Paint quick.
That's a Yankee fan, too. Is that a Yankee hat?
I hope not. I hope not. Probably why he can't add up the strikeouts. Here's Alan Trammell. Trammell's handled Clemens pretty well in his career after the first pitch and pops it up. Move on, makes the catch, 1 out. So Clemens will have to strike out the final 2 Tiger outs to break the record now.
I'm not sure, but I thought I heard Roger telling Mo to drop it.
One to tie, 2 to break his own record. Here's Ruben Sierra. He just missed one, if you recall, last inning on Higginson, too, on that 2-2 pitch that was ruled a ball. Sierra shoots it up the middle and past Garcia-Parra into center field. Crowd cheers. And again, not so much the fact that it's a Tiger hit, but the Tigers do not record an out by anything other than the strikeout.
Well, I'll be honest with you, this gives him a better chance because You have Clark coming up and Fryman coming up, who he's got 3 times in this game. Right back up the middle. Garcia-Parra cannot get to the ball. He'll try, can't make the play. And another base runner for the Tigers. So they've had a few base runners the last couple of innings. But for the record, it works out pretty good here with Clark, who's going down 3 times, and Fryman, who's going down 3 times.
Well, here's the left-handed hitting Clark. Swing and a miss. Fouled back, strike 2.
Twice he's got him tonight on high fastballs, and the 3rd time he got him on the split finger. I think I'd stay up and in on him.
Crowd roars, but ruled a ball by Tim McClellan. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clark makes contact, fouls it off.
Up and in, Roger. Tried the splitter that time, just got a piece of it.
All of New England hanging on this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. High and wide, 2-2.
Hasselman wanted that fastball upstairs, but got away outside to Tony Clark.
Foul tip. Fouled it back on the screen. Just getting a piece of it.
Has to be a strange feeling that right now he's out to tie his own record. Well aware that he needs 2 to break a record of 20 strikeouts in a game. He's not chasing anybody else but himself.
Ribbon on a line to left field. Bragg scooting over after it. Bragg makes the catch in the corner for the 2nd out of the inning. And back to first base goes Ruben Sierra. So Tony Clark finally makes contact tonight, puts the ball in fair territory, flies out to left. So Clemens still 1 strikeout shy.
Could have a strikeout where the ball goes back to the backstop.
You got it all figured out.
And then face one more guy.
That's right. Travis Fryman takes ball 1. Pitch to Travis Fryman. One gets past Hasselman. Will go back to the screen. Scooting down to second base is Ruben Sierra.
Ball bouncing in the stands, but that's only 1 base on a ball that's thrown from the pitcher's mound.
Clemens, of course, also with a chance, as you mentioned, Jerry, to tie Cy Young. 38 shutouts, most in Red Sox history. For that to happen, he needs to Sierra to not be able to score, and Sierra at second base with 2 outs, and also tie Cy Young with 192 career wins in a Boston uniform. In addition to worrying about the strikeout record. There's a strike on Fryman. 2-1 to count. Lyman struck out swinging in the first, called in the fifth, and swinging in the seventh. Swing and a miss, strike two. Standing here in Tiger Stadium, not much of a crowd. They're seeing a great historic baseball game tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's 20 on the night for Roger Clemens, who has tied his own record, and in the process also ties Cy Young. 38 career shutouts, and that is his 192nd win in a Boston uniform, tying Cy Young for the all-time Red Sox record. What a ball game here at Tiger Stadium tonight.